Right, Doctor Who fans, here we are in Allendale with some relations. I don't know their names, by the way, but yes, here we are at the TARDIS. There's Robbie the robot there. We're going to go and have a quick soiree with Neil Cole, discuss important matters such as science fiction. Yeah, this was the this is like a William Hartnell box kind of replica, but it's 3/4 size. I wonder what he's put rocks up there for, because of the maybe the wind of something. Possibly, but yeah, it was. It's supposed to be fiberglass, as far as I know. Just you feel it. It's fiberglass.
Probably why it couldn't be lighter to blow away.
Yeah. It's a nice policeman's box, though, don't you think, fellows?
Yeah.
Policeman's box, as someone once said. Shooty Gatwa. Oh yes. Yeah, it's one way of Freemasonry on top of the TARDIS. But yeah. But the other Dalek used to be around the corner where the TARDIS was. But I don't know where he's put that. I think it's been restored to somewhere. I don't know. But it was built by them, you know, the school. But this is built by somebody who did it for him, I think. Replica of the very first Doctor Who Dalek serial. This Dalek from Skyro, Dead Planet.
Does it drive now?
Please don't touch the Dalek. We'll try again with video recording some of these things, because it's easier to see with a panoramic view rather than with the John Pertwee shirt there. Gotta have that shirt. If he sells it at the museum, I'll have that shirt. Look at this canine. Hang on it. Invasion of Time. It's like, look, White Guardian. That could be Mrs. Flood, actually. Look at the same. Well, it's the comedy hat, but it's their white outfit. That could be Mrs. Flood in this next series. Who knows? Possibly. There's the Shriven's Foot pirate gun. I was just saying to our fans, Jenny, over there, look, I was just saying, if that John Pertwee shirt ever gets sold, I'm having it. That'll fit me now.
That head went like that.
What, a Jimi Hendrix type shirt like that? With a frill? You're kidding. I can just imagine Martin being Jimmy.
Go into the local vintage clothing.
Yeah, well, you know, if you're not going to wear it.
Well, yeah, I see she's still got it, don't know.
This is the Gorn. Not to be confused with the Gorn of Star Trek. Yeah, it's a replica of that. That's not a real one. Most of the things in here are genuine, real artifacts from the TV show, but that one in particular, I think, is just a replica. Gunner's belt. And there's mess stall. Very nicely done, though, isn't he? No, he's not a mess now. Look, pans. Look and laugh at these delicious artifacts. Renan Tekka, Mod Kiv. There we have Martin Jarvis's costume. The Governor, wasn't it? From Vengeance on Varop, on Varos. And we have a Dalek head here, which is a genuine article from Destiny. Cyberman, Cyber Scout. Cryon. get around to the new series stuff in just a second. This is Hyperion 3 guards from Mogaran from Terror of the Vervoids, and also Terror of the Vervoids, Hyperion Guard.
This is Davros. This is Davros.
It's Cyberman's suit from Shock and the Five Doctors.
This area of Northumberland is now under the control of my darling.
Time
You
Lord
will
Clerk
obey
Collar.
all instructions, or you will be exterminated.
Broton. Urak, Tetrap, head from again Sylvester McCoy's era. There's a soldier. Again from the serial Dragonflyer. Bella's costume. Oh, there's the head, look. The one that fell to bits. There's Ace's top. Isn't her boots supposed to be here as well? Is her boots? I thought her boots were in here. Oh, they're there, look. Boots are here. And Curse of Fenric. Survival. Novels, original concept list. This is the new series stuff. Cyberman, Half Soldier, and Dream Crab. What do you think, Martin?
Oh, interesting idea. Amazing.
I can't be a Doctor Who artifact surely down here. He's got one hell of a smile on his face. This is one of the things from Smile. No, it's not. Oh, that is a Smile badge there, look. Well, that I think will conclude our visit. What am I going to say? Yeah. Just going to say, I'm not pointing the camera at you. That's a genuine Dalek head, that from the serial in the 70s with Tom Baker.
Oh, right.
It was a dummy thing, when it had to be exploded in the serial. They had to, destroy it, in other words. That's what was left. Or part of what was left. Some of those, they're all original costumes as well.
It's amazing. What is it?
Well, he's packed everything in, hasn't he? Into the,
Incredible.
compared to some museums, they're spread all over the place, and you're going to walk around to find one or two.
There's a whole variety of stuff.
Yeah, more variety than Kellogg's. Anyway, thanks for that, Neil. You're on video for a sec, but sorry, mate.
Alright, hello.
Hello, fans.
Neil Cole, full of a cold. I've got man flu. I've had this man flu for about 6 weeks and I'm sick of it. And it means every time I get up, instead of being like, hey, but I've woken up. Hello.
We're just going around the museum, but I really enjoyed the book that you wrote there. I've reread it yesterday a little bit too,
Oh, bless you.
just to get refresh my memories.
I am actually really pleased with that book. And I think
And
I
then,
wrote it.
but I know I've given you a couple of things. What sort of researches are you doing for the 1970s, John? Can you give us a taster of that?
Yeah. In terms of research, a lot of I've sort of cast the net out to fellow collectors, other people who worked on the show where I can, just to try and just to ascertain what's left at the minute. And I've started. Basically, I've got a spreadsheet here where I am just collecting it's like a treasure trail, really, just trying to know what's there, what's left, and get permissions for photographs. This is the thing. I might know some things around. I need someone to say yes, I can.
So is it probably inappropriate to ask? Is it too early to ask for an exclusive for when it's going to be released? This
It'll
book
be next year.
next year.
At the earliest, because I'm also drawing it. In fact, I just took it upstairs. I was drawing earlier today. I've got a lot more drawings for this book
Yep.
than the previous one.
Yes.
I think the drawings are better. I think I've done better work, which is nice. Because that was about 1.5 years drawing in the last book.
Yep.
But there's more stories and there's more. And if I, it's just I just think it's going to be. think I'm pleased with the voice.
What is the old? Can you give us this question? What is the oldest Pertwee artifact you have in the museum?
In the museum?
Apart from his shirt.
That's easy. It's the Silurian foot and collar. They're, you know, from the Silurians. That's what, second story.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I was just saying to my sister-in-law there that, you know, if you ever decide to sell the museum, Ian, if you ever do that, I want the shirt. I want John Pertwee. It fits me now. That's why.
Basically, no.
Jimi Hendrix, here we come.
No, I think that shirt was one he used for publicity purposes. It's a BBC shirt. It's got BBC in it.
So it's Pierre Cardin. It's quite, you know, it's a brand.
I think what it was. I think he worked heavily on publicity. I mean, he was very good at publicity. So
he always was. He always dressed up and went out to these.
Yeah. The time I saw him, he was amazing. He was wonderful.
Have you met him?
Yeah, I did.
What was he like in real life?
Bloody great.
Was he larger than life?
Yeah,
that's the word.
Yeah, he was. I mean, it was about a couple of months before he died.
It's funny, but I was watching an interview with John Levine about him, and he was saying that although he appeared to be the way, in real life he had issues too.
Oh, he did.
They both discussed it with each other.
Yeah, my saddest thing, my regret about John Pertwee, is I saw him in a little theatre with my mum. We were in the front row, and my mum. He was talking about his time on the Hood, the HMS Hood.
HMS Hood.
And he was talking about
torpedo, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he got survivor's guilt for what gather, you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But what was amazing was my mum had been at school, and her school had knitted scarves and gloves for the Hood. And she whispered that in my ear, and I remember saying, "Don't worry." And John Levine said if I'd said that to John, he would have. That was the one thing he'd have wanted to know in the whole night. All the questions about, you know, what did you like in Doctor Who? What did you do?
I never realised when his mates got him drunk once and he had those tattoos done. When he had the tattoos done, apparently it was a question mark. That tattoo shape. It's shaped like a question mark.
Oh, weird.
That is really ironic, isn't it? Yeah. I think he even said that. It's ironic. It's a question mark shape.
Really weird. But no, so he was lovely. I mean, I think he just. It's like. The thing is, I think with the actors who play Doctor Who, when I look back at John Pertwee, when he just walked into the room you're in. It was like the Doctor was there. Whereas I just think some of the more recent castings haven't got that same
charisma.
Whatever it is, it's just not the same. Some people have got.
Sorry.
Some people have just got that X factor, and like Tom Baker clearly has it in troves.
Was he the incumbent Doctor when you met him at the time?
Oh God, no! I met John Pertwee. No, I first saw John Pertwee when I was 3 on telly.
I know you went to the exhibitions in Blackpool, but you might have seen him there because he did go there. You did go there. You did go there.
Yes, I did. No, I'd love to have. No, it was in the 90s. I saw him just before he died. It was about a month before he died. He did like a solo tour, and he was on form. He was great. It was lovely to listen to, and he was.
I mean, I know you don't like the modern series like I do to a degree, but I feel privileged to have met an incumbent Doctor myself, which was, of course, with Jodie Whittaker. I just liked her as a person because she was so genuine.
I know, from what I gather,
but
I like Jodie, but she's a lovely actress. I personally don't think she was quite right for the show, but I think maybe then again, I don't think all the right decisions were made for her in the show. You know, I would argue that maybe the costumes, things like that, she could have. I've got a funny feeling that it's a bit like what Colin Baker was always saying about his outfit. I just think something that felt more natural, fitting, and more.
He wanted to have a black outfit, didn't he? We kept saying that, yeah. like Christopher Eccleston.
I think the same with Jodie's thing. When I look at her, I think it's very contrived.
I would have liked her costume when she did the reveal in the tennis match. You know, like just grey and with a hoodie.
Yeah,
that would have been better.
Yeah,
I think that would have been
better. It just
better.
looked contrived, and I think once.
It's a bit like Peter Davison's in a way.
Colin, and there's something about Tom Baker's first costume, and John Pertwee just felt comfortable in his own skin, in his own costume.
Well, he dressed that way, didn't he?
Yes, he did, and and I just think Jodie, when I look back at that, I think that costume really is a weird costume. It just looks.
It's supposed to be echoes of Colin Baker's, but
it's just I think, as you're right, in that reveal costume, something totally different.
That would have been. I would have liked to see her in that one.
Relaxed.
She looked more like the Doctor. It felt like more like.
I agree. Yeah, totally good. Anyway.
So it's going to be another year or so before you release the book.
Because I'm doing a summer exhibition in Hexham. which is a huge thing. It's been released, Cyclic Restore, and that is a 2-floor exhibition I'm doing in the local art centre, which is great, but it's a huge amount of work because I'm having to get basically the bulk of the collections in here, and I'm not taking pieces out because they're just too fragile to move. And also I don't want
These are
gaps.
free exhibitions? Are
Yes,
they?
a free exhibition. Also, there is one day which is ticketed, and that's because we've got Rob Alsop, who's done a huge amount of Doctor Who work, and Sophie Aldred and Keith Bond are coming, and they're filming Mythmakers.
I saw her on YouTube the other day. She's a very good singer, isn't she? She sings in it. She's a beautiful singer.
She's a really talented lady. As well as that.
She must be.
But
Yeah.
basically,
Do you like you had like a what do they call that name for that voice? Like not a baritone. I don't know what they call it, but she had the pitch.
yeah. But basically, she's coming up, and so we're basically Keith's recording 3 Mythmakers videos,
Yep.
his DVDs live on the day. So if you get your ticket, which is £15, you get the full day there. You get to meet them all, and you get to sit on the interviews if you want to, and the exhibition's there, and I'll be there, and we'll all be just talking Doctor Who, having a nice time. So
Well,
that.
yeah.
You know.
All right, well, I end it there, Neil.
Yeah,
Thank you very
no
much for
problem.
that.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm so.
We're very grateful. Thank you.